Good morning, everybody. It is another fine day in Florida. Today I'm going to do a kind of a short video about this guy over here in the 110 with the, I believe it's TB. So he's starting to get a little bit worse, and it is about time we move him into the hospital tank. So before I do that, I just kind of want to show you guys what he's going through, some of the changes that I'm noticing that you should be looking for in your tanks. And like I said, you know, it's a disease. It's a very slow disease, so it's not something that you have to euthanize them for. But that's kind of entirely up to you. I prefer to let him live out his days in a hospital tank where I can take care of him. I'll feed him by hand, and he'll probably live for another 3 to 4, maybe even 5 years. So with that said, let's get started, and I don't know, let me know what you guys think. All right. Okay, guys, there he is in the back. As you can see, he's got his dark colors on. He's kind of in a constant state of stress. Right now, he's pretty much completely blind. He has no idea who's around him. No idea where he's going. He's been bumping into things. So these are some of the signs you might want to look for. He's definitely getting chased a lot because they're looking at him like there's something wrong with him, and the fact that he keeps his fins flared out and his colors on, the other fish kind of take him as a threat. So they kind of try to bully him around a little bit. And as I said, he's been bumping into things, so he's got a couple little dings on him, a couple little bites on him. And last night was the first night that he wasn't able to catch any of the pellets that I dropped in. So that tells me he has now gone completely blind. He's still aware of what's around him because of his lateral line. However, it's not enough to survive in this tank. So I'm going to let you guys observe him for a little bit. Kind of see the signs. A lot of times, like I said, he looks perfectly normal until you realize you come downstairs and he's all beat up, and this happens to a lot of our fish and we don't realize it. So I'm just kind of giving you guys like a little window into what this disease is like. It's a very slow acting disease, and there's really not much you can do about it. So like I said, we're going to pull him out today or this morning and get him into a hospital tank, and he'll be just fine. So I'm going to stop talking now and kind of let you guys observe him, see if any of your fish are acting this way, see if they have their colors out like that, if they're hanging in the back. So I actually put him in the tank today, and he was very easy to capture because he's totally blind. He couldn't see the net coming at all. So he is now in the hospital tank. And yeah, so that's gonna do it for him. He's just gonna live out his days in the hospital tank. I'll hand feed him, and he's gonna be just fine. So here, I'm gonna let you guys take a look and compare it to your fish and see if your fish are doing anything like it. So here you go. Okay, this is this morning. This is what he looked like this morning. As you can see, his colors are out. He's very stressed out at this point, just kind of chasing everything aimlessly. And as you can see, he's definitely stressed out. It's definitely time for him to go. Once I got him in the tank, in the hospital tank, he calmed right down. His calm colors came out. No stripes, nothing, just kind of relaxed in the tank. I might get a video of him in the hospital tank in a little while. Right now I have all the blankets on the tank, so it's perfectly dark in there. They can sense light and dark, they just can't see. So, you know, I needed to stop him from getting picked on and being this stressed out. A lot of times when they stay this stressed out, they'll get a lot of secondary infections, and that's what I'm trying to avoid with him. So he's now in the hospital tank, he's doing okay, and I'll try to get a video of that for you guys pretty soon. Well guys, unfortunately this is fish keeping. I hope this video helped some of you kind of figure a few things out. I've seen a lot of people on forums and different groups that I'm in talking about how they're losing a fish every other week or every week, or once a month. It's usually from an outbreak of TB, or could even be columnaris. However, columnaris is a lot faster acting, and the fish don't seem to usually live through it. With TB, they can live, a pretty long life. I mean, I've had fish with TB that have lived, 4 years, and they're doing just fine. Actually, one just passed away the other day. But there's still one in the hospital tank. He's been around for, I'd say, it's got to be 4 years now, or she, and he'll be just fine in here. Once I get him into the hospital tank, I'll be able to feed him with a pair of tongs, and he's really not going to have any problems. Like I said, some might euthanize them. I just can't do it. I can't do it knowing that they're eating okay and just being a fish. So it's really hard to make that choice. And that's my personal choice. What you do is completely up to you. It's not wrong if you do euthanize them. I just don't do it myself. And some people say, oh well, you might be transmitting disease. Well, all these tanks already have that disease. Some fish are just more resistant to it than others, and that's just the way it is. That's fish keeping. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. It's not really a upbeat video, but there is some information that a lot of you guys can use, and a lot of us do deal with fish loss constantly, and a lot of times it is for something like this. So just be aware of it. Keep an eye on your fish. If you notice them constantly fully colored up, and not in a mating or aggressive type of way, but in a defensive colored up way, hanging around at the top, you might want to see if they can even see by kind of putting your fingers up to the glass, or whatever you can do to see if you can startle them. But other than that, it is a good idea to get them out of the tank just so they don't get torn apart. And that's how I do it. And like I said, I've lost mass amounts of fish to this disease, and it's just something that fish keepers go through. Maybe not everybody, but some of the less fortunate ones like myself. But it is what it is, and I'll take care of him for as long as he's alive. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you got some information you could use, and until next time.